Um, anyways, that doesn't mean that being a cusper is always sunshine and rainbows. The energies of your two signs may clash. So, being born on the cusp does come with its perks, does come with its advantages. I mean, you have influences of two signs, not just the one. And that can be pretty cool, and it can help you kind of feel very powerful and unique and special and true to yourself and true to your power. And it's true. It is really, really nice and fun. It makes, you know, reading your horoscope a lot more juicier, because you're like, ooh, you know, I just read the Scorpio, but I don't really like that one. So I'll pick Sagittarius. This will be my, my horoscope for the day or for the week. But likewise, it also does come with its not so great parts. You know, if you're born on a cusp of two energies, of two zodiac signs that do not resonate well with one another, then you start to borderline into a rocky road, a difficult area, a part where you have added challenges in your life. Challenges talking and communicating with others, challenges trying to understand yourself. And that's really where I think the biggest challenge is. If you are one of the cuspers who are born with two very not inconsistent but unreliable signs with one another. You know how you guys can like look up two zodiac signs and be like, oh, am I compatible with this one? Well, imagine, you know, that's just you knowing your sun sign and that only being your sign, and knowing, you know, for instance, Leo and Scorpio. I'm going to use these two because I feel like I talk about them a lot. But Leo and Scorpio, for instance, like, Leo is a fixed sign, Scorpio is a fixed sign, and Leo tends to be very romantic in their love offerings, and Scorpio tends to be very dramatic and intense when it comes to love. So sometimes those two, if they were to get in a relationship together, they don't mix well, because the intensity of a Scorpio, the dramaticism of a Scorpio can sometimes be intriguing to a Leo, and the beauty of a Scorpio can be intriguing to a Leo. But the intensity there can be the hindrance between the two, not communicating fully their deepest secrets, and being that way can be a downfall, a pitfall for that couple. But that's just two different individuals. Now take an individual within themselves and give them the embodiment of two zodiac signs that clash with one another. You see how that can be a problem? It's great whenever you have two zodiac signs that read really well with one another and help one another, and strengthen each other, so that you therefore are a stronger person and more in tune with your power. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and list out the top 5 cuspers with the most inner conflict. So this is coming directly from astrology.com, and again, I'll list down all of the links that I'm using in this short little video. So, number 5, Aquarius Pisces Cusper. An Aquarius Pisces Cusper, you're often riddled with symptoms of depression. These two major aspects of your sun sign are never really balanced. It is like a seesaw that just never really gets scaled to perfection. You're very super sensitive. like to the needs of others. You're nearly psychic with your mindfulness and your intuitiveness. You're aggressive in your desire to appease your own ego. You're extroverted, but you also have a deep need to be isolated, to isolate yourself from others. You're goal-oriented, but the problem with that is you're a procrastinator. You feel completely misunderstood. You have a constant pull between extremes, mixed with an ongoing struggle to feel as though you do fit in somewhere. Typically, people who are in Aquarius, Pisces, they often end up advocates for social causes or on again, off again artists or humanitarians. So, Aquarius, Pisces, you're not alone, all right? If you're born between February 15th through February 21st, congratulations. You are an Aquarius, Pisces, Cusper. Welcome to the Cusp Baby Club. All right. So, number 4. Cancer, Leo. Why is a Cancer, Leo, Cusper struggling? Because the Cancer aspect is very emotional. And Leo is very aggressive. So you're taking an emotional zodiac sign and trying to mix it with an aggressive zodiac sign. It does not perfectly fit. You're someone who is constantly in a battle with yourself, but more importantly with other people. You're super prone to mood swings, constantly trying to temper your own desires. You're very outspoken, but you're also very confrontational. You have an overwhelming sense of guilt and self-doubt. Whenever you do finally have the nerve to speak your mind. You never seem to be quite sure of yourself. And you're almost like a Gemini. Like you tend to always have a dual reaction to anything that bothers you. You're overly sensitive. Also overly assertive. Together, this combination can be super tumultuous. Again, if you're born between August 19th and August 25th, I'm sorry. Why did I say that? July 19th and July 25th. See, Cancer, Leo, you're not alone, baby. Baby boy, baby girl, you're not alone, all right? No one in this world is perfect. We're all human. We all make mistakes. I'm not saying that you're making a mistake just by being born in this zodiac sign. But you know what I mean. Just understand that you're not alone. Try to harness, that aggression into something positive. And I know times are rough and your emotions can seem to kind of seesaw its way into your life, but if you can harness both your emotions and aggressive in a positive light, then there's nothing you can do in this world. So that was number 4. In the number 3 spot, what do we got? We have Libra Scorpio. So if you were born between October 19th through October 25th, then congratulations. You are a Libra Scorpio Cusper. This is considered the beauty and the beast sign. You embody both. People born in the Libra Scorpio cusp often lack self-awareness, are super aggressive, also super sensitive. You feel tons of remorse whenever you argue with others, but you also struggle just to feel okay within yourself. This is a super rare kind of person, so remember that. Remember that you're unique. Remember that you're amazing. You also desire balance and you desire beauty. And you deal with very deep, intense feelings, often of jealousy, which do most of the time end up quietly running your life. So that's where your struggle comes in your cusp sign. All right. You also tend to be compulsive. You speak your mind for better or for more often for worse. And you are magnets to drama, Leo, Scorpio. You are, without realizing it though, do tend to kind of create the drama in your life yourself. You claim to want passionate relationships and stability, but for you, it's very difficult to create and to maintain relationships. All right. In the number 2 spot, what do we got? We got a Scorpio Sagittarius. Man, oh man. Do you see now why this is important to me, guys? All right. So if you were born between November 18th through November 24th, then you are part of the Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, which, by the way, is called the cusp of the revolution. So remember that. A Scorpio Sagittarius is rebellious. They are loving. We are adventurers. We're very social, but we also tend to be perpetual children. No comment. We embody a young, wild, and free attitude. And I actually had to look this up. I don't know why it took me this long. I don't know why it took me all this time in my life to realize that this was a word and that this was a thing. I didn't know. But I looked up FOMO. For you guys who don't know what that is, it's a fear of missing out. So that acronym, basically that fear, we're constantly having anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts seen on social media websites. So that does, you know, kind of develop this fear of missing out within ourselves. So we struggle with that a lot, which may be another reason why I'm not asleep right now. Just kidding. Anyways, deepest loves are often the most secretive. I can attest to that. You know who you are if you are watching this. I have a secret love that no one really knows about. That's all I'll say. We tend to self-sabotage our relationships out of fear that they could one day hold us back in some way. And I, again, can attest that this is, in fact, truth. I don't know how many times in my life I've probably been with a person who was very kind and sweet and nice to me, and I kind of just broke their little heart because I was scared that if the relationship were to continue, that they would in some way impede me from expanding and growing and being the free little bird that I am. And that's something that's really important to me. So I apologize if you're reading this video and I am describing you. Sorry. We also tend to be appalled by authority. That is like, that's a Scorpio Sagittarius, like, all day long. I hate authority. I hate. Hate is a strong word, so I'll take that back. I highly dislike authority. I'm like super against, like, that. Anyways, we'll move on. We tend to be interesting and stylish. We often develop our very own unique career paths, which allow us a degree and flexibility and autonomy. So that's actually the best way to kind of explain it, is we have this desire, Scorpio Sagittarius, the reason that we're so against authority is that most of the time authority in our mindset is completely wrong, or they have like an outdated way of doing things. And Sagittarius period is with Jupiter. It's the planet of like, hold on, I want to be exact with you guys. I don't want to give you BS answers. It's the planet of more. Okay? Scorpio is the sign of can't get enough. So you're literally taking Sagittarius, which is all about overindulgence, all about that's not enough, I want more. Oh, you're gonna give me that? Oh, that's still not enough, I want more. Oh, I don't have this. Okay, I need to go out and get it then. You know, it's all about more. And now you're adding in Scorpio's I can't get enough attitude, I can't get enough, you know, personality. That's where you get that sort of repulsion for authority figures, because I personally have seen in my own life that it's not so much that I don't respect you and your position of authority, because I do respect people and all that they do. I respect police officers. I respect, you know, my government officials, whether I agree with them or don't agree with them. I respect my bosses and stuff like that, because they're in their position for a reason. But when it comes to certain things, I will do things my way before I do them your way, because and 99% of the time, what ends up happening is they get frustrated and they talk to me, or they pull me aside and they say, hey, I saw that you didn't do the reporting like I wanted you to. And I'll be like, yeah, but I did the reporting, didn't I? But like, sure, that's true, but it's really imperative to the company that you do it this way. And we're like, all right, but yet 6 months down the road, I'm the one getting promoted for the job, whereas my coworker who's been working at the company for 15, 16 years did it your way, and look at where he's at. So it's the sense of autonomy. It's a sense of self-government. Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion and growth. So I will say this, Sagittarius period tends to be very, very lucky. So even though they are very rebellious, and even though they do have the tendency to want to disagree with what authority figures in their life are telling them to do, 99% of the time, Jupiter, with its all glory luck, comes in, typically last minute though. That's the catcher. It looks like, you know, shit's about to hit the fan, and then all of a sudden, bam, Jupiter kicks in, and it's like, okay, hallelujah, you did it. You worked out. It worked out for you. So, that being said, you know, Scorpio Sagittarius, you are number 2 on the list for the, hi, someone just commented on there, you haven't missed much, girly. I don't know, I'm sorry I missed your name, but hi, welcome. I'm just listing out the top 5 cusp signs with the most inner conflict, and we're on number 2. Hi, Cecilia. Hi, Nunya. Oh, nice to see you. Hope you're having fun. What time is it where you're at, by the way? Are you in the US? I'm just curious. Anyways, so we're on number 2, which is Scorpio Sagittarius. It's also my own zodiac sign, so I'm just giving my own personal feedback on it. The other thing too with a Scorpio Sagittarius is you always tend to be on the go. And you do tend to have, let me see, it's midnight, Los Angeles. Oh, sweet, LA, that's awesome. Well, Cecilia, it may be midnight in LA, but it is currently almost 3 a.m. where I'm at. I'm on the East Coast, near DC, basically. Cool beans. Well, thank you for joining. The other thing too with the Scorpio Sagittarius is we're always on the go, and we typically tend to be the most fun-loving of all your friends. So, cool beans. You have a desire to settle down with the right person. Nice to meet you too. Have a desire to settle down with the right person in the right place. You'll find a kind of joy. Here's the thing with the Scorpio Sagittarius is that you do tend to self-sabotage your own relationship. So even though you have the desire to settle down with the right person and in the right place, you tend to self-sabotage because, again, you're freedom-loving. You love your freedom. So you're going to get to a point where you're going to start self-doubting yourself and self-doubting that person and questioning whether or not they're going to affect your freedom in the future. So that's where that self-sabotage comes in. But if you're able to control that, then you'll find a kind of joy that you've just never experienced before. So number 1, most self-conflicted cusp sign that there is, if you were born between January 16th through January 22nd, then I'm talking about you, the Capricorn Aquarius cusp. It is the most conflicted of all the cusp signs. You're blessed with a wildly rich interior life. Most inner conflict comes from that same blessing. What does that mean? It means that your best times in life are when you are alone. And you tend to not be very talkative. You tend to drift into la-la land a lot. But because you're so comfortable being alone, even in your own thoughts, whenever you do snap back into reality, it can hurt. It can hurt you. And you feel really odd with yourself. You have a keen desire for freedom as well, and you also have a need for security. So the Capricorn in you, requires security, but at the same time, the Aquarius in you wants this freedom. So that's where that clash comes from. But you're very creative. You have a need for structure. You're a very great communicator, but the problem is it's impossible to explain your boredom because you are consistently always bored with this reality that we live in because you're so comfortable just being in your own inner thoughts. So, all right, well, those were the top 5 most conflicted cusp signs. So what are you up to? You want me to give you a personal reading since you're up? I was just, kind of chat. So if you want something, let me know. I am happy to read for you, girl.